Hey guys, welcome to our channel. I'm sure you're looking for what color light brown actually goes onto your hair color. And this is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to be taking light brown, we're going to be showing you how to mix it, how to apply it, but a little bit on little strands, and how the light brown actually turns onto if you have dark brown, if you have light brown color itself, or if you have blonde hair, or if you just recently bleached your hair. That's exactly, you came to the right place. Let's get mixing. Let's start mixing our light brown. The first thing you will need is a light brown pack. Depending on how long your hair is, if you have mid-back long hair, you will need one package. If you have a little bit longer, thicker, and curly hair, we suggest that you use 1.5 package. And that's exactly what we're going to be mixing today, is 1.5 package. We recommend that you mix with black brewed coffee. Make sure it's warm, not cold, and not too hot. You do not want to mix with hot coffee. Coffee is there to help enhance the color tone, and that's exactly why we're going to be using coffee. You can also mix with water if you do not want to enhance it as much and have darker color tone. We will be adding apple cider vinegar, and you only need 1 to 2 teaspoons into your mixture, not too much because we don't want to over dry your hair. Another suggestion that we do is to use an applicator brush. It helps with applying it to your roots, and the rest you can apply with your hands. Also, alligator clips do come in handy if you have longer hair, especially when you are trying to start from the back. So you want to use these to clip and then work yourself towards the front. Another great accessory is to have these ear covers to help avoid any coloring onto your ears. If you don't have them, that is absolutely fine. These are just suggestions to use to help you color better. You will definitely need a shower cap. We are going to be using a reusable shower cap. Gloves. We'll be using reusable gloves. And lastly, we suggest is using a cape to help protect your clothes. If you have old clothes, by all means use that, but this does come in handy. All right, let's get started to mix. And we're going to open up our package. As you can see, light brown, you do get applications instructions, pair of gloves, and shower cap. Like we said, we're going to pour in 1.5 of the package. So this is 1 full package that we are using. And now we're going to pour in half of this package. So as you can see, I have powder already on my hands, so you do want to make sure that you do wear your gloves even before opening the product. All right, so we're going to be pouring half of this in here. There's no exact measurements, so you just have to take a little bit of a guesstimate. All right, so we poured half of that, and now we're going to mix. All right, so I'm back of wearing gloves. I definitely don't want to splatter that onto my hands now. We're going to take the black brewed coffee, slowly add it into the powder and mix it. You can use a wooden spoon, a plastic spoon, or a plastic whisk, just like I am using here. So as you can see, this is still thick and we are out of coffee, but that doesn't mean that you necessarily need to go back and make some more coffee. You can just add more water, and that's exactly what we're going to do, is be adding more water to this. So as you can see, adding water gradually, this is the consistency you want. And now we are going to add in the apple cider vinegar. All right, so let's add apple cider vinegar to our mixture. Again, you do not want to be adding too much into the henna mixture because it does dry up your hair. We're going to do very light 2 spoons of this. Apple cider vinegar does help with gray coverage. That's why we are going to be putting that in there. And now we're going to give it a quick stir. And we are going to be covering this and leaving the light brown henna out for 45 minutes before we start our application. All of our browns, actually light brown and medium brown, auburn, and these colors require 45-minute wait before application. You want to put this in a room temperature and cover it with a plastic saran wrap, or just, you can also cover it with a plate on top. Okay. All right, so we are actually going to take a saran wrap and put it on the bowl. Make sure it's nice and tightly covered so that the dye release can do its process. All right, so we're going to be waiting 45 minutes and we'll come back and start our application. All right, so we're back after 45 minutes. Let's open up the saran wrap. As you can see, the color difference. I'm going to give it a quick stir, but we're going to show you the dye release first. So you can see that dye release. And we're going to give it a quick stir. As you can see that it has thickened a bit, so we're just going to add a little bit of water. Okay, so we're going to add water a little bit to loosen it up a bit. A little bit more. from the corner, and we are good. As you can see, nice and rich. So let's apply. We have 7 strands of hair here, and we're going to apply light brown to see what the end results are. The first one we have is dark brown to black, so it's almost to black. And the next one is brown highlights with honey blonde. So you can see the 2-tone color here on this one. The next one is hair that is bleached. So we do have a lot of questions regarding bleached hair, and this was one of a good to see how it actually turns out. The fourth one, medium brown with dark brown highlights. So you can see right here with the 2-tone colored hair. And the fifth one is dark brown. The sixth is platinum blonde. And the last one is light brown. Okay, so we are going to apply the henna dye, and we are going to start with the light brown. You always want to work from the roots and dragging down, going from the roots and all the way down. So we're going to part this to make sure we get all the hair strands in this. We're going to go to our next strand here. I'm going to open it up a bit. Again, always start from the roots and work yourself down. Okay, let's go to the third one. Even if you have bleached hair, the first time the color may not turn out as you anticipate, but that's okay. You'll notice in the first application of how soft your hair becomes, and with the second application you will notice the difference in the color of your desired hair color. Because henna is actually first repairing your damaged hair that has been done with the bleach, and then it starts giving you the color. All right, we're going to move on to our fourth one. This will be interesting. An applicator hairbrush is always the best to start with your roots, and you can always work yourself down by using your hands. So we'll use our hands towards the end. You can apply it both ways. Okay, we're going to go on dark brown. Now there is not going to be much difference in the darker color hairs when you apply any of the lighter color hair. The only difference you will see is the shininess. Your hair is much healthier, and you may see a little bit of red tones in the sunlight. As with henna, you can always go darker, but you can never go lighter in color. All right, we're going to go to the platinum blonde. You can also consider this as gray hairs, giving you the color. And let's go to our last strand, which is actually light brown itself. So we are applying light brown on light brown hair. Okay, and now we are going to saran wrap them and cover them for 3 hours. All right, so we are back. Normally you would want to leave it on for 3 hours, but we left it on for a little bit longer. You can also leave it on overnight. So here is our original hair strand. This right here was dark brown to black. So as you can see, this is actually darker, a little darker than that, and we only applied light brown. Going on to our next one, which was the brown hair with honey blonde highlights. So this was the original. And as you can see, applying the light brown, you can see the red tones. So if you have similar hair and you're okay with this and you like this, then you don't need to do another application. If you feel like you want to go a little bit darker because you have this redness here, then you may want to do another application, and this will darken the tones. Now this right here, bleached hair. As you can see, applying the light brown, the results. Now with bleached hair, I do recommend that you do apply it at least twice, because the first application does give you the color, but it actually mainly focuses on repairing your hair from the damage from the bleached hair. So right here you can see a lot of red tones. So I would definitely recommend reapplying. Now the next one, which was medium brown with highlights. So this is the original right here, where you can see the blonde highlights and the medium brown. And this is the application after the light brown. So you do still have a little bit of the two-tone with the highlights there. If you feel like you do want to go a little bit darker, by all means to apply again. Now if you are a little bit of scared that you don't want your hair to go too dark, then I would only recommend leaving it on for 1 to 2 hours. Next one, our Platinum Blonde. So this is the original hair color. And after doing the application of the light brown, as you can see, it does have the red tones. Some people do like the way it turns out, but if you prefer to go a little bit darker, again, another application will do the job. Going on to dark brown. Now we apply, this is the original strand, as you can see, dark brown here. And after applying the light brown, it actually gave a more richer dark brown. So I actually liked how this turned out. And you can see the difference. How this one's a little bit lighter and this one is a little bit darker than that. Okay, so going on to our last one, which is the light brown. So you can see here. Now you can have a different, a little bit darker, a little bit lighter light brown. So we just want to demonstrate the one we have. And as you can see, it has become darker. And you can see the difference. This is a little bit more richer. Yeah, it's a little bit darker. If you don't want it to go that dark, then I would just recommend just applying it for 3 hours. We left it on actually more than 5 hours. So that's where you'll see more darkness onto this one. So if you don't want to go too dark, 3 hours, the recommended time is the perfect time. We hope you enjoyed this video and answered the questions you are looking for. And subscribe for more. Thanks for watching. Bye.